Hey, what's up everyone? It's Dave, and we are back with our next reading of the Old Testament. Got my trusty old reading glasses on. If you've been following, we're in the book of Deuteronomy. Today we'll be on chapter 16. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on. We'll be reading out of the English Standard Version. It's a very short, very short reading today, 22 verses. We're going to talk about Passover, the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of Booths, justice. All right, remember, if you don't have a Bible, you can go to bible.com. You can read for free. You can download the YouVersion app or a bunch of other apps that are free on Android or iOS devices as well. Be thankful that you can download those things because not everywhere are they available. All right, here we go. Passover. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover to the Lord your God, for in the month of Abib the Lord your God brought you out of Egypt by night. Oh, clarification, I am reading out of the English Standard Version today. And you shall offer the Passover sacrifice to the Lord your God from the flock or the herd at the place that the Lord will choose to make his name dwell there. You shall eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days you shall eat it with unleavened bread, the bread of affliction, for you came out of the land of Egypt in haste, that all the days of your life may be remembered. You may remember the day when you came out of the land of Egypt. No leaven shall be seen with you in all your territory for 7 days, nor shall any of the flesh that you sacrifice on the evening of the first day remain all night until morning. You may not offer Passover sacrifice within any of your towns that the Lord your God has given you, but at the place that the Lord your God will choose to make his name dwell in, there you shall offer the Passover sacrifice in the evening at sunset at the time you came out of Egypt. And you shall cook it and eat it at the place that the Lord your God will choose. And in the morning you shall turn and go to your tents. For 6 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day there shall be a solemn assembly to the Lord your God. You shall do no work on it. You shall count 7 weeks. Begin to count the 7 weeks from the time that the sickle is first put to the standing grain. Then you shall keep the Feast of Weeks for the Lord your God, with the tribute of a free will offering from your hand, which you shall give as the Lord your God blesses you. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God, you and your son and your daughter and your male servant and your female servant, and the Levite who is with you is within your towns, the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow who are among you, at the place that the Lord your God will choose to make his name dwell there. You shall remember that you were a slave in Egypt, and you shall be careful to observe these statutes. You shall keep the Feast of Booths 7 days, and when you have gathered in the produce from your threshing floor and your winepress, you shall rejoice in your feast, you and your son and your daughter and your male servant and your female servant, the Levite, the sojourner, the fatherless, and the widow who are within your towns. For 7 days you shall keep the feast to the Lord your God at the place your Lord your God will choose, because the Lord your God will bless you in all you produce and in all the work of your hands, so that you will be altogether joyful. 3 times a year all your males shall appear before the Lord your God at the place that he will choose, at the Feast of Unleavened Bread, at the Feast of Weeks, and at the Feast of Booths. They shall not appear before the Lord empty-handed. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Lord your God that he has given you. You shall appoint judges and officers in all your towns that the Lord your God is giving you, according to your tribes, and they shall judge the people with righteous judgment. You shall not pervert justice. You shall not show partiality, and you shall not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds the eyes of the wise and subverts the cause of the righteous. Justice and only justice you shall follow, and that you may live and inherit the land that the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not plant any tree as an Asherah beside the altar of the Lord your God that you shall make, and you shall not set up a pillar which the Lord your God hates. That last section, which I have failed to mention, verses 21 and 22, was forbidden forms of worship. So, all right, that concludes chapter 16 of the book of Deuteronomy. I hope you all have been enjoying our readings. If so, as always, like, subscribe, thumbs up, share, hit the bell if you want to be notified whenever we do new videos. But most importantly, I'd love it for you to just share this video. Help get our channel out there, help get the word of God out there. You never know who's listening and watching. You just never know. All right. Thanks so much. I appreciate everything y'all do for the channel. Thank you for all of your support, your comments. And from Central Texas, as always, until we move, God bless.
When life keeps falling and wonder where he is in all this mess, he's right there to guide you. Unseen, you're not alone.